everyone, Nanette here with Potential Action. If you've watched my Meditation Basics series, you'll have heard me say many times that meditation is about maintaining one point of focus or concentration, and that point can be almost anything. This series seeks to explore various styles of meditation using our senses. When you begin meditating, you may find that with a lack of other noise or distraction, you may start to notice more information coming in from various senses. In this video, I'll talk about different ways the sensation of sound can be incorporated into your meditation, and we'll end the session with a brief meditation using sound. Sound is a very powerful sense, as the vibrations that produce sound can also be felt in our body. As anyone who's been to a concert or an orchestral performance can attest, sound can be very powerful in eliciting emotions. While it's still hotly debated whether sound vibrations have an impact on your physical well-being, it certainly has an impact on your mental well-being. We often use music to lift our spirits, or even just to reflect on our emotional state. There's certainly something cathartic about turning up the music and belting out your favorite song at the top of your lungs, or dancing like no one's watching. Allowing yourself to be bathed in or completely lost within the sound has powerful effects on our mood and state of mind. And this ultimately has tremendous impacts on our physical state as well. Given its ability to carry us away, you may find it unsurprising that sound can also be a powerful meditation technique. Singing bowls are one way of using sound for meditation. While it's not very clear where the bowls originate from, their appeal certainly is clear. There's something mesmerizing about the sounds they make, and it's easy to get lost in the effort to make the sounds without skipping the mallet off the bowl. If you're unfamiliar with the singing bowl, it's a bowl that's made of various types of metal that when struck or spun with the mallet produce sound. There are crystal bowl counterparts as well that can also be struck or spun. These types of bowls are often used in sound baths, where you meditate where bowls or other types of instruments are played. I've attended a number of sound baths and personally I love them. However, I've always loved the music and it really resonates with me. No pun intended. If you're curious about how to use a singing bowl, they're often found in stores that specialize in meditation and or yoga equipment, and you can generally find them there with other information. You play the bowl by spinning the mallet around the edge. And you can tap it gently to help get it started. I love my bowl, but a good bowl is not cheap, so this approach might not be accessible for everyone. As I mentioned, getting lost in music can be a powerful and cathartic form of meditation. It's important if you are going to use music that you select something that is fitting to the internal mental state you're attempting to achieve in meditation. Your track you play while working out is not likely going to be the best meditation music. Generally, something soothing is best, and definitely select something that does not have words. Music is readily available these days, and it's easy to find a few tracks, play with them, and see how they fit. Generally, spa music or classical music, even music with native pan flutes, are very good for using during meditation. You can even try using different tracks that have sounds that are set to certain frequencies. Some people find this helpful when dropping into a meditative state. Another approach is to make your own music. I find drums to be the best. You can easily learn a few simple repetitive beats. I personally find the repetitive motion and sound combination to be a very meditative experience. Probably the most powerful sound meditation tool I've used that's readily available to everyone is a mantra. The word mantra can be broken down into two parts: man, which means mind, and tra, which means transport or vehicle. In other words, a mantra is an instrument of the mind. Mantras can have meaning and assist you with setting an intention. They can also just be sounds with no particular meaning at all. This allows you to not be distracted by the additional meaning behind the words. You can watch my video on meditation tools and props if you want a bit more information on mantras. A mantra I use frequently when starting out is So Hum. I love this mantra because it's simple, and if you observe your breathing, you'll hear So hum as the air moves in and out of your lungs. As you inhale, you can hear the sound So in the vibration of your inhale. And as you exhale, you can hear the sound hum. This is very evident if you've ever used the Ujjayi or ocean breath during your yoga practice. You may find it beneficial to do some deep breathing with your So Hum mantra. There are other meanings that can be attributed to the So Hum mantra, and if you're curious, you can easily Google them. But for today, we're going to keep it simple and just focus on the sound. A few tips as we go into this. Repeat the mantra gently or faintly in your mind. The power of this technique comes from letting go and allowing your attention to dive in deep. Therefore, even though you'll be focusing on the mantra, trying too hard to stay focused will just wind you up. Instead, you'll be repeating the mantra with minimal effort, giving space to your mind. Also, resist the temptation to make something happen. Often in meditation, the power of its effects will be witnessed off the cushion rather than on it. Nothing in particular needs to be happening on the cushion other than you continually returning your attention to the mantra if it wanders. So let's dive into this meditation and give it a try. Okay, so find a position, either seated, lying down, that's comfortable for you. And just take a moment to get comfortable in whichever position you've decided to take. If you need to take some stretches, shake things out. Give your shoulders a couple turns to just maybe loosen up your neck a bit. We tend to hold a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders, especially if you work at a desk. So it's good to just take a moment and let that loosen up. If you're seated, notice your tailbone just anchoring down into your seat below you, while your head gently reaches up towards the sky. You don't need to force it, it's just a gentle stretch to keep your spine nice and tall while you're in your meditation. Then, if you're comfortable, you can close your eyes or cast them down. Just take in a deep breath. You can sigh it out. Maybe just do that one more time, and as you sigh out, just let everything go. Just bring your focus onto your breath to begin. Don't need to force your breath or control it. Just let it come and go naturally. Just let your breathing settle into a natural state. With every breath, just relax into that sensation. There still may be sounds or distractions around you. Just maintain your attention on the breath and allow everything else to just fade into the background. Now turn your attention to the sound of the breath. Now we're going to introduce the mantra. Just think to yourself, so on your inhale and hum on your exhale. So hum. So hum. Just going to continue to say the mantra to yourself in your mind. If you find your mind drifting off, as if thoughts are creeping back in, that's totally okay. You don't need to stop your thoughts. Just notice that you've moved away from the mantra and come back to it. So hum. Check back in again. As your mind drifted, it has. Just let those thoughts go. Release them and let them float away. If it's helpful to you, when you notice yourself getting caught up in thought, you can just say, thinking, in your mind, and return back to your mantra. So, hum. So, hum. Just remember you're not trying to force anything to happen. As you go deeper, just allow yourself to relax into the sound of the mantra and the sound of your breathing. And just feel as though you're riding the sound like a boat rides on top of waves. And every time you feel the mantra slipping away, just gently ease back. So now bring your attention back into the breath. Notice the physical sensation of the breath. Your rib cage expanding and contracting. Sensation of the breath coming and going on the top of your lip. Just allow the sensation of the breath to ground you back into this present moment. Now allow your attention to expand. Notice the room, the sounds, and the smells that are around you. Coming further into this present moment. Coming back into the space. When you're ready, you open your eyes and very gently bring yourself back into the space. If it feels good, you might want to stretch again. Or wiggle around, shake things out. Just come fully back in to the space. I hope you enjoyed this mantra meditation. Thank you for joining me. Happy